Director Jason Shoup. Hey, Jason, welcome back. Good to see you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So yeah, I had a great summer. It looks like from the times I stopped by the library, the summer reading program was a big success.
Yeah, it was amazing this year. So we almost doubled the participation
Wow.
of last year. We had over 5,000 people participate in the summer reading program. We added it up. That's 38,000 hours of reading over the summer, which amounts to about 650 hours a day of summer reading, which is
Awesome.
pretty fun.
And you had big kickoff and then a big end of the season celebration.
Yep, and we wrapped it up right downtown here in the park, and we had a whole bunch of events and games and stuff that people could play with, and then we handed out the grand prizes. So everyone who finished the summer reading program got an entry into the grand prize contest, and they could win a Nintendo Switch or a Kindle Fire based on their age. It was a fun event.
Awesome. Busy summer at the library, and now this fall arrives, you're going to get even busier because you've added some hours.
We are, yeah. This is a big thing we have going on. So starting in September, we're added 43 hours of additional service countywide. These are some libraries have a few small additions. Some have some pretty big ones. We've added a lot of hours to the Concord Branch Library, a lot of hours to Spring Arbor because that branch is hopping. People love that library, and we're opening the Carnegie Library downtown on Sundays. We're going to see if we can get some folks in on the weekend.
That's awesome. That's a first, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. So it'll be exciting to see. A lot of people have been asking for it, and we hope there's a good turnout.
Yeah, Sundays, there really is a lot more activity downtown, so it seems like it's a good...
Yeah. Well, and a lot of folks are living down here, and so we think it's a good resource to share back to them.
All right, so the library cop on Seinfeld was famous for trying to collect a pretty big fine from Jerry Seinfeld. Do you have a library cop?
No. Unfortunately, for budget restrictions, we don't have a library cop anymore. But we never want to be punitive. We never want to scare people away from the library. So we're always looking for great ways to forgive the fines and for come up with ways to get those fines away from people so that people can check out more books. So we have something also coming up in September. It's the 6th to the 16th, and we're going to do a Food for Fines program. Okay. So we're partnering with the Food Bank of South Central Michigan. And for every food item someone brings in, we'll cut $1 of fines off their account. So these could be late fees or something from a book that went missing years ago. So donate to the food pantry and you get your library fines forgiven.
Yeah, it's a good deal. And could you go get a book now and keep it too long so that you'd have something to...
Well, if you need the excuse, but we're also happy to take donations for the food pantry, just even if you don't have any library fines.
All right, and that new policy, that new forgiveness program goes along with the new card policy too.
Yes, we worked really hard to come up with ways to remove some barriers that folks had to getting library cards at the library. So we've revamped some of our library cards. We're pretty excited about this. One of the big changes for our standard library card, it's always been for everyone that lives in Jackson County, everyone that goes to school in Jackson County. But we've expanded it out to anyone that works in Jackson County, because we know that our employers are big taxpayers to our community, and we want to make sure that their employees can join the library and get the benefit. So that's a huge one. We also came up with a way to get library cards in the hands of kids that we didn't have before. So it used to be it required a parent's or guardian's signature. They had to come into the library to sign for it. We came up with a new way to give special youth cards to kids. We can hand them out at schools. We can get kids signed up for library cards right away. That's really fun.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And then the third change we did is we've always had a library card that was set up to help folks living in shelters, but we found that it had a lot of barriers. People had to jump through a lot of hoops, get a lot of paperwork in line to do that. And so we just opened it up a little bit more to what we just call the alternative card. So it's limited to just 2 books, all our electronic content, because you can't walk away with the electronic stuff, right? So just 2 print books, and it's for anyone that doesn't have stable housing at the moment. So it could be someone living in a shelter, could be someone who's unhoused for other reasons, could be someone who just moved to Jackson County and they don't have proof of residency yet. So we're trying to get more cards in the hands of people, and we have some great ways to do it.
That's great. Yeah, previously you had to write down your address. If you don't have one, couldn't get a card.
Yeah, so we have lots of options for folks now.
I know in the past you told me your plans to bring the bookmobile back to Jackson. That's down the road, but I think coming up soon there is a visiting bookmobile.
Yeah, next week we have a fun program coming to the Meyer Branch Library on Airport Road. It's the Overdrive Digital Library Bookmobile. So Overdrive is one of the online ebook platforms we have. You can get ebooks and audiobooks right on your phone through Overdrive. They have this big fancy bookmobile that comes into town Has all kinds of interactive activities in it that help folks figure out how to download audiobooks and interact more with their stuff. It's big. It's pretty cool to bring to town. So they're coming to the Meyer branch on the 28th next week.
Awesome. Well, I just started, I've read books on my phone before, but they've really improved. You can press a button and it can switch to the audiobook in the middle of the book. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of great features that are in there, and it makes it really handy, especially if you listen to the audiobook while driving and you get home and you can't put it down, you can switch to the print book and sit there and read it.
Awesome. And all that at your JDL. So the bookmobile will be at one location?
It'll be at the Meyer Branch Library, yep.
Okay. And that will be from when to when?
It'll be on the 28th, so next week.
One day.
One day.
In and out. All right.
Yeah.
When do you think you'll have your own bookmobile?
Well, we have some stuff stewing and in the works, and hopefully by next summer we'll have some big news to share.
Awesome. And you had some partners that helped you out with the summer reading program that you wanted to thank, and I knew you can't do the summer reading program without support.
Yeah, absolutely. So the biggest supporter of us always are the Friends of the Jackson District Library and the Friends of all the library branches throughout Jackson County. So that's a huge one. County National Bank was a big supporter. They donated money. Rotary Club of Jackson, South Central Michigan Credit Union, and the Craft Agency were all very generous with their donations this year.
Great.
We thank them.
All right, well, we'll see you maybe on Sunday, maybe on Tuesday in Spring Arbor, one of the new hours.
Absolutely.
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thank you, Mark.
Assistant Director of the Jackson District Library, Jason Shoup.